I'm James Davies, the Executive Director of Bublr Bikes, Milwaukee's nonprofit bike share operator. Thank you so much for coming to Bublr's Giving Fest fundraiser, and a huge thank you to Visit Milwaukee for putting together this whole awesome Giving Fest and for all the other work they've done in 2020 to help Milwaukee, Milwaukee's businesses, and Milwaukee's nonprofits. Tonight we've got several things lined up for you. First, we're going to join some Bublr board members and Executive Leadership Circle members on a ride around Bublr's downtown stations. Along the way, you're going to hear some great winter riding tips. Following that, you're going to hear more from me about how Bublr works and how we pivoted in 2020 and what we're excited about coming into 2021. Following that, you'll learn a bit about Bublr's history, and we'll move on to some videos about Bublr's other programming, such as our B3 Workforce Development Program and our adaptive bikes. Finally, Christy, our sponsorship coordinator, will talk with you about the important role that sponsorship plays in keeping the wheels rolling at Bublr. We hope you'll learn a bit about Bublr and have some fun. Thank you so much for coming.
Riding a bike in the winter is great. It's a great way to get outside, get some fresh air. It's actually a lot easier than one may imagine as well, especially riding a Bublr bike. The bikes are sturdy, you're sitting upright so people can see you. They have built-in lights, built-in fenders. They're relatively slow, so you always feel comfortable and feel in control, and it's just a great way to get around Milwaukee.
I found that layering is really helpful for winter riding. So sometimes when you get out there, you get a little warm, you can take off your scarf, you can take off your outer layer. So even when it's really, really cold, you'll find that you're in fact pretty warm.
Fenders are really helpful when the conditions are a little snowy or slushy, and these Bublr bikes have them built in, including a skirt guard as well. So you can stay dry and safe while you're riding in the winter.
I support Bublr bikes because they provided more than 500 free and reduced cost access passes to income qualified individuals.
Fun fact about winter riding, stay relaxed. Relaxed arms and elbows and just enjoy the ride. Fun fact about Bublr this year, our best ever year for diversity and gender balance for rides.
One of the things I love about Bublr is that over 80% of their stations are co-located with MCTS and their bus stops. So anytime I ride our buses, I can typically find a Bublr.
A great time to get our app, our Bublr app. You can walk up to a bike, check it out, and be on your way and get riding.
Enjoyed the ride around downtown and picked up some useful winter riding tips. I want to extend a very special thank you to Bublr's founders Julie Kaufman, Bruce Keys, and Barry Mainwood. They had incredible vision and foresight to start Bublr in Milwaukee. Bike share is so ubiquitous today that a lot of people don't realize that when Bublr launched in August of 2014, bike share was relatively new. As a matter of fact, and a point of pride, Milwaukee had bike share before Los Angeles, before Philadelphia, before Las Vegas, even before Portland. I also want to give a big thank you to Bublr's board and executive leadership circle. Their incredible leadership brought Bublr through 2020 intact and excited for 2021. As everyone knows, 2020 was a hugely different year for most of us. In Bublr's efforts to adapt to 2020, we made several pivots to best serve Milwaukee. Here are just a few things we did that I'm particularly proud of. We worked with Anthem to make our access passes completely free for income qualified people. Usually our access passes are $8, but with so many people being impacted by the pandemic and needing safer ways to stay active and get around the city, We wanted to make sure that anyone who needed an access pass could get one. With their access passes completely free in 2020, more than 500 riders signed up and took almost 1,500 trips. This was extremely exciting for us. We love hearing from our riders, and one of our access pass users who signed up this year said that free Bublr bikes allows me another means of much needed transportation. This increases my access to jobs, schooling, and recreational activities. In terms of the access pass, I just also want to give a shout out and a thank you to the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee, because they were instrumental in helping us launch the access pass back in 2016, and it's just been a tremendous success and something we're immensely proud of. We also wanted to make sure that essential workers had adequate transportation and recreational opportunities. We had 131 essential workers sign up for our discounted 30-day pass this spring, with some great testimonials. One healthcare worker wrote, "Bublr bikes are awesome. They allow me to reduce my carbon footprint and stay active during this safer at home order." A grocery store employee wrote, "Being able to stay active and socially isolated with convenient bike share is not only vital to the local community, but helps me feel better during a tough time." I think we would have had more people sign up for the essential worker discount, but then in June, Bublr secured a grant from the Anonymous Fund of the Greater Milwaukee Foundation to provide free 30-day passes to all Milwaukee County residents. I've just got to say that this was frickin' awesome. Nearly 2,000 people took advantage of this incredible opportunity and took almost 5,000 Bublr trips. Again, we received some very powerful feedback from the community, with one rider writing that Bublr gives me an opportunity to escape the stress of the world today. I haven't rode a bike in over 15 years, but this past 30 days has offered me exercising and stress relief. I wish there were more stations around the city, including the north side of Milwaukee. Another rider wrote, "Bublr to me is a fantastic transportation resource for the community. It is affordable, reliable, and fun. I hope to see more stations and bikes throughout the Milwaukee area. Conveniently, the city of Milwaukee is installing 26 more Bublr stations in 2021, many of which will be on Milwaukee's north side. You'll hear more about this later from Kate Riordan with the City of Milwaukee's Department of Public Works." Usually, Bublr participates in a variety of events throughout the year, especially during the summer. But with the pandemic causing so many events to be canceled, we wanted to find other ways to interact with our riders and be a service to the community. Therefore, Bublr partnered with the Wisconsin Bicycle Federation to provide learn-to-ride classes to help folks feel more comfortable riding bikes in an urban environment. Finally, in response to the pandemic, we took our annual Bublr Bash digital. This was quite a feat, and we owe a huge thank you to John Cunningham, Vincent Van Great and Ninja Sauce's band, Amanda Huff, Sista Strings, Immortal Girlfriend, Sleeper Sound, Yogi B and Keys, Rio Lanza, Paul Nevers, and Neverland Recording. Together, we were able to raise $14,340 for Bublr bikes. And Bob and Barb Monnet announced their $25,000 e-bike challenge grant. For a little bit of history and some of our community programs, please enjoy these segments from the 2020 Bublr Bash. Following these brief segments is more info on how you can further support Bublr bikes.
Bublr Bikes is a valuable transportation service that moves people around while moving communities forward. With low-cost options, including an hourly pass or an annual membership, residents and visitors can easily pick up a bike at one station and drop it off at another in the city's network. As an on-demand, sustainable, and healthy mode of transit, bike sharing complements your city's existing public transportation networks to enhance mobility, wellness, economic development, and quality of life. Bike sharing helps build strong communities, and most successful bike shares are the result of strong community efforts. Our advice will be to keep moving and grooving through life. And while you're out and about seeing all the new and exciting things that Milwaukee has to offer, just remember, be you, be great, ride Bublr bikes.
Hi, it's
James again, the Executive Director of Bublr Bikes. I want to give people a little history about Bublr. So Bublr is a Milwaukee-based nonprofit that was founded in 2012 by 3 local folks, Bruce Keys, Barry Mainwood, and Julie Kaufman. And the first thing they did when they thought about trying to bring bike share to Milwaukee was to get one in-station installed down at Discovery World to see if people would use it. And almost 700 people took trips that first year in 2013 when they installed that station. And so they decided to try to keep growing the system. So today we have 81 stations in Milwaukee, West Dallas, and in Wauwatosa. Our goal is to continue adding stations to serve all of the area. Bublr's mission is to deliver a sustainable, excellent bike share system for all. So what does sustainability look like? Well, a big part of why I personally love bicycles is because they're already a very sustainable form of transportation. No carbon emissions, they keep you healthy, and a very efficient way to get around. But from the nonprofit perspective, we also have to look at sustainability from the financial standpoint. And that's why Bublr is so grateful to have all of the sponsors of this event, but also friends like Vincent Van Great who help support us and help us put on this event to raise money to make sure that we can be here next year and the year after that. So excellent. Excellent is also important, and that's part of why our equipment all actually comes from B-Cycle, which is owned by Trek. Trek is also a Wisconsin-based company, and most people are familiar with Trek bikes. So when you look at our bikes compared to some other share bikes that you might find, they're extremely well constructed. They've got air in their tires, which although it can make them susceptible to flats, is a much more comfortable ride than solid tires. They've got 3 speeds, they're very well built. And we still have many of the frames in service that were put into the fleet in 2014. Obviously we've had to replace tires and things like that, but the frames are still in service. So that's part of sustainability too. But another part of being an excellent bike share system is when you call our customer service or text our customer service, you're dealing with a human. Usually that is a human right here in Milwaukee in our Bublr headquarters, one of our Bublr staff. But when our Bublr staff can't answer the phone, your call gets forwarded to a call center in Texas, and it's a call center that also handles customer service for several other bike share companies across the country. So they know what they're doing, they're familiar with your problem, and they're able to help you solve it right away. So for all, I think, is, to me, the most exciting part of our mission. Part of that is where we put stations, and every bike share system has to start someplace, and we did start at downtown, but we're continually expanding and adding stations, working to get into more and more neighborhoods in Milwaukee. But another part of all is for people that might be differently able. And so we have accessible bikes, we have side-by-side tricycles, and we have upright tricycles that anybody can check out from our stations, and so that expands who can use our system. Another part of being accessible to all Milwaukeeans is that we have an access pass. And our access pass allows income qualified people to sign up for an annual pass. Usually it's $8, but this year due to a sponsor it's actually free. So it's really important to us that anyone who wants to use our bikes is able to find a way to. And we're certainly not there yet, it's part of our mission, but we're committed to continually chasing that all to make sure that everyone has access to our bikes. MCTS also has fantastic drivers. I know that MCTS has done a lot to acknowledge the work that their drivers do in our community, but to tell you the truth, I don't think a week goes by that I don't see an MCTS driver going above and beyond to help a rider out. Finally, COVID-19 has made all of us adjust our lives in a variety of different ways. And MCTS quickly and effectively adapted so that people could still safely use MCTS to get where they needed to go. For all these reasons, I'm proud to acknowledge MCTS as one of this year's Connecting Milwaukee Award recipients. Thank you, Jeff, for everything you do.
Oh, thank you, James. Appreciate it. Okay, thanks again. So, I'm Jeff Sponcia. I'm the planning manager at Milwaukee County Transit. This is Emmanuel Lacurl, one of our planners. We're both avid bus and Bublr riders, and we can testify our services help keep all of us connected all over the county. James, we appreciate this honor. We're proud to work with you and all of Bublr year-round in order to help keep everyone in our county connected. At MCTS, we're big fans of Bublr and bike riding in general.
Bublr Bikes have been working with the Boys and Girls Club for the past 4 years. We have seen many student interns graduate from the program to go on to be full-time employees. We are excited to be talking to you guys today about the B3 program because me and Michael are both graduates from the bike program.
So working with the B3 program is a very awesome experience because I got to not only learn how to work on a regular bike, but to go into a bike share and learn how the inner functions of the bike share work. I went to Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club. There I learned how to fix and work on a regular bike. After that we transitioned into Dream Bikes, and there we continued our learning process of traditional bikes. And after that we were offered a position to intern for the Bublr Bikes. And that's when I learned and really loved the bike share program here in Milwaukee.
I have been honored and privileged to not only be a graduate from the B3 program, but also to be a student instructor, guiding the students, helping them fix the bikes. One of my favorite parts of the bike program is seeing the students first come in and seeing how much they've grown from their first day to their last day. We get to see them over 8 weeks come from the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club, and we get to train them, we get to teach them, see them grow, become really good mechanics, gain some work experience, and eventually work at the bike shop.
So as the students come in from the bike share, and if they show that they have great interest in learning how our Bublr Bikes operates as a bike share, and how we distribute our bikes, how we fix them up and whatnot, then they can come in here and intern. Not only do they learn about our bikes, but they also get to do station work and learn how every station operates on its own.
The best part about the bike program is we get to see the students graduate from the program after 6 long months of working. First we invite their family, we invite their friends, we buy them food, and we give them certificates to reward them for their hard work. We also give them a mechanics toolkit to further work on bikes and to work at other bike shops. After this, we congratulate them, we wish them on their journey, and the best part about this program is they gave some work experience. They can put this on their resumes. They have a chance to work at all 3 bike shops, including Bublr, Dream Bikes, and also any other in the Milwaukee area.
Hi, I'm James Haddock. I'm the pedestrian bicycle coordinator for the city of Milwaukee. One thing that I really admire about Bublr is the staff's commitment to trying new things. We talk a lot about Bublr expanding throughout Milwaukee by locating new stations throughout the neighborhoods. But Bublr is also a leader in terms of providing access for people of all abilities. In 2019, Bublr, in partnership with the city of Milwaukee, launched an adaptive bike pilot. The pilot included 17 adaptive cycles, which was a mix of tricycles, hand cycles, and side-by-side trikes. While a number of cities throughout the US have provided adaptive cycles on some level with programming, Milwaukee's system was a little unique. Bublr retrofitted these bikes with equipment to really make them compatible with bike share docks. Bublr also really took the time to listen to the community, meet with various stakeholders and advocates to really incorporate their feedback. The city and Bublr are still evaluating the pilot, but we've already learned a few things. If you provide these types of bikes, people will use them, but the trips may be a little bit different. These adaptive bikes aren't just available for people with disabilities, whether it's to haul a little bit more cargo, enjoy a ride. Operating and maintaining these adaptive cycles do take more staff resources. But really, Bublr's commitment to this pilot really shows their commitment to the community and to making a bike share system that's for all.
Hi, I'm Kate Reardon. I'm a transportation planner with the City of Milwaukee's Department of Public Works, and I'm the project manager for the city's bike share expansion project. The City of Milwaukee and Bublr Bikes form a public-private partnership. The city pays for the purchase and installation of stations throughout the City of Milwaukee, and Bublr operates the system. The city received a federal grant to purchase 26 new stations and approximately 250 bikes. The goals of this project are to increase access to Bublr Bike Share by expanding into neighborhoods, to reduce the number of single occupancy vehicle trips, and to increase ridership through increased station density and strategic station placement. While some of the stations will be placed within the existing network to fill in some gaps, the majority of stations will be placed in neighborhoods that don't have access to Bublr currently. This project supports Bublr's mission of providing sustainable, excellent bike share system by expanding into neighborhoods that are racially and socioeconomically diverse throughout the city of Milwaukee. And it also will provide greater access to residents and destinations, creating a more efficient system overall by allowing Milwaukee residents and visitors to choose a sustainable transportation option. Station installation is expected either late this year or early next year. Learn more about the project, proposed station locations by visiting milwaukee.gov/bikeshare expansion.
Thank you for signing up for today's event supporting Bublr Bikes. I'm Christy Secord, Bublr's sponsorship coordinator. Our founding members intentionally launched Bublr Bikes as a nonprofit to help connect the greater Milwaukee community. It's important to note that not all bike shares operate under this model. As a locally run bike share, Bublr works to listen and meet the needs of our community. As a nonprofit bike share, Bublr is constantly working to keep access to bikes affordable and accessible. A significant portion of funding comes from people like you, as well as small businesses that believe in our vision. Support for Bublr Bikes can take many forms. Milwaukee has a great history of philanthropy. As James mentioned earlier, in June of 2020, the Anonymous Fund at the Greater Milwaukee Foundation funded free rides for everyone during the month of June, where we saw huge numbers of new riders take advantage of this generous gift. Support in 2020 also came in the form of the incredibly generous $25,000 e-bike challenge grant from Bob and Barb Monnet to add an additional group of e-bikes to our fleet on top of the e-bikes that will be part of the expansion funded by the Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Grant that the City of Milwaukee secured.
My wife Barb and I are both big bikers, or so we think, but we've been biking a lot this year. It's great to see so many people biking. It's been kind of 2020 is the year of the bike, it seems, and lots of people are out there, and in particular a lot of people are now out on e-bikes. You see a lot of people on electric assist bikes. You run into them when you're riding around town, in other cities. You see e-bikes being used as part of bike share systems, and it's really expanded the audience. And so Barb and I thought that we would try to help Bublr grow the pie more and bring more people into biking in Milwaukee. And so we're announcing that we are posting a $25,000 challenge grant on behalf of Bublr Bikes so that Bublr can seed a fund and use that fund to buy electric bikes to bring into the Bublr bike system and thereby give more people the opportunity to enjoy what a lot of people already enjoy in Milwaukee, and that's Bublr Bikes. So we are excited to announce a $25,000 challenge grant. There'll be website information for where you can go and make your matching contribution. Let's get the 25 done real quickly, and let's not stop there. Let's add more than that to the pie so that we have $50,000, $100,000 available so that our Milwaukee system can bring electric bikes into the system and expand the opportunity for people to bike in Milwaukee. Have a great day. Look forward to all you guys contributing. Support Bublr Bikes. It's one of the best things we have going in Milwaukee. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous.
Electric assist bikes, or e-bikes, represent many opportunities for Milwaukee. Madison recently converted their system to 100% e-bikes and saw a huge spike in enrollment, as well as number of trips taken and the distances ridden. These bikes not only enable riders to get to their destinations faster and with greater ease, they also enable riders of varying abilities to get out and ride a bike where a standard bike may present challenges for them. We are so grateful to the Monnets for their vision and deep belief that the e-bikes will serve as another important resource to Greater Milwaukee. Today we've highlighted the current community-focused programs that Bublr currently operates. Some of these programs have had sponsors in the past, but all are currently in need of support as COVID-19 has had an impact on all of our funders. The Adaptive Bike Program enables riders of various abilities to enjoy the city by bike. Ongoing support is needed to help continue to maintain and service these custom bikes so that we can continue to provide this service that is so clearly appreciated in our community. We're seeking funding for continuation and potential expansion of the B3 Workforce Development Program with the Boys and Girls Club and Dream Bikes. to have a satellite location inside a local school. We are also seeking a partner to offset the $8 Access Community Pass so that the passes would be free to those residents who qualify for programs like food share, housing assistance, unemployment, and others, again in 2021, as well as partners who can help us distribute and educate their audience about the existence of the program and opportunity. UWM Student Association partnered with Bublr to bring affordable, accessible transportation to their campus and the surrounding neighborhood, enabling students to ride for just $8 annually. UWM students are some of our most frequent riders. We would love to find a sponsor who could offset the student pass completely and help us bring Bublr to other local educational institutions. Support also comes in the form of signage sponsorship. Partners like this includes signage opportunities on bikes, stations, membership passes for their employees, patrons, and more. Bublr provides so many unique opportunities to engage with greater Milwaukee community. Just ask us and we'll give you surprising and unique ways to build a better tomorrow together. Opportunities like this event where we get to tell our story are so important because Bublr is so much more than a fun way to get around the city that's also good for physical and mental health. We're also a community center on wheels. Thank you again to Visit Milwaukee for creating this opportunity. Hopefully this event has helped you learn more about the ways Bublr is working to build a better tomorrow for our community. To have a conversation with us about how you or an organization you're connected with can support Bublr Bikes, please contact us. We'd love to hear from you. To donate, please visit our Give Lively page where 100% of your donation will go directly to Bublr. You can make a one-time donation or set up recurring payments there. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for joining us. Take care.